Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And it's take two for me and AJ. It's take two again. Let's go. I mean, even in the movies, they have a lot of takes anyway. The professionals. Gonna Express is here now, finally. How are you?
Not good. Not good at all. My weekend is now ruined thanks to Granit Xhaka, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the previous stream, but yeah, no problem. We'll just move on like it never happened. And HJ, since the new stream, how are you?
Uh, Nothing much to be honest. Yeah, what can you say, man? It's just Arsenal. Just Arsenal for you, isn't it? I said this in the other one. This game perfectly
Yeah,
shows what Arsenal are about.
yeah.
This game
There's no other
perfectly shows
one.
what Arsenal are about.
There's no other.
And
And this is the
yeah,
first one. This is the first one.
this is the
Match
first one.
reaction. Yeah, match reaction and player ratings for 1-1 draw against Burnley. Very, very disappointing. It's a game we all expected to win. And from the first 10 minutes, I even saw Gune Express was so confident that he said, I'm changing my prediction to 4-0. I was like, you know what? I'm actually feeling good about this as well. So, what was your prediction before the game, Gune Express?
Well, I said 2-0, but my whole thought process was if we score early, say first 5-10 minutes, I think it would be 4-0. But I didn't
Yeah.
expect us to score early. So when we scored early, I changed my prediction, but I kind of wish I didn't do that now because that's a bit of an embarrassing tweet.
Yeah, no idea he didn't score as like 4 or 5 goals in that game, but anyway, it's cool. HJ, what was your prediction before the game?
Yeah, that's 4-1. I always said 4-1. I think we have enough attacking players there to finish Burnley, and we
Yeah,
missed a lot of chances, and we were left to rue them, weren't we? And what more can you say? Yeah, 4-1. I said.
very, very disappointing. As usual, we'll start with the lineup. Gonna Express, what did you make of the lineup today? A couple of 5 changes, in fact, from the last game.
Again, I wasn't worried about Willian, actually. I can see, again, I don't really want him to play because I just don't think he's going to be consistent, but I can see why he's playing, so I'm not going to criticize it. I saw a lot of people saying, why is Chambers playing? And I agree with HJ when he tweeted it out saying, why are you worrying about Chambers? The guy's the most defensive right back we have. Like
Exactly.
he's only defensive. Like see him today, he's only defensive, which can be quite good. But again, the thing that annoyed me is where's Pepe? I'm not hearing this, oh, but he's being rested. Oh, but Willian's better in tight spaces. I don't care. The man management of Nicolas Pepe is an absolute robbery of £72 million because he plays well, gets dropped. Plays well, gets dropped. Just sell him. Just sell him. Because there's no point if you're not going to play him. Just sell him because he's on like 150 grand a week. Just get rid of him because even when he came on, he looked really good. But I don't get why Saka played for a starter. I don't understand why. And I also don't understand why the likes of Willian are being chosen over him. And again, I'd have started Lacazette over Aubameyang. At the end of the day, my ideal lineup, I think, would have won this game. I trusted Arteta's lineup today, and it didn't work. So, yeah, I'm not too happy with it, really.
HJ, what did you make of the lineup and the changes?
Chambers came in. I wasn't again. People were so mad about it. I was like, I don't mind. I want to see Chambers for time. Man, this is probably our best defensive right back. I said this, and I don't know. People must have not agreed with that. He's in our best attacking right back, but he's a defensive right back is a defensive position. Historically, it has been. So the first protocol is you have to be defensively good, and that's what Chambers is. And he showed that today.
Yeah.
He covered McNeil very well. And going forward, he didn't bring us loads, and maybe that's why Saka didn't have the greatest of games because he didn't have someone attacking, overlapping, that sort of player behind him. Partey came in, that was all right. Odegaard, we always knew was going to start. I wasn't too mad with Willian. And then, Pablo and Marie start together. I think that's probably what Arteta thinks our best defensive partnership is, I think.
Yeah, how about the setup itself, Gune Express? So are you happy with the setup or the position everyone was playing?
Yeah, I think, if you're going to go off of who's actually starting, yeah, it's the best way of obviously playing. Saka looks better on the right. Willian obviously did pretty well on the left. But again, I agree with HJ. Saka didn't have a great game. But this is why I wouldn't have really played. You can maybe say, oh, yeah, but, Pepe would have struggled with Chambers. And yeah, he probably would have done. But at the same time, I don't think he would because because of how defensive Chambers is, Pepe could have just said, well, I don't need to be defensive. because he's going to do it for me. So I can just go forward. Whereas Saka, he does need those overlapping runs and those, short passes. And Chambers isn't going to offer that because of how defensive he is. So again, I think either you have to drop Chambers and keep Saka, or you've got to drop Saka and put Chambers in. So I think that was just a bit of a mistake. But
yeah, I'll also ask you about Bellerin. What's happened to Bellerin? Is he getting sold?
I hope so. I surely hope so.
I mean, he hasn't played for 2 games in a row. This is a miracle.
I think he's being saved for Olympiacos, if we're being honest. It seems to me that he's being saved for Thursday, but we'll see on Thursday whether that's true
Cedric
or not.
will be there. Because Cedric will be there.
I really hope Cedric will start that game, but I just have a feeling that he's going to play Bellerin instead.
Yeah, hey Jay, anything to say about the setup?
Yeah, it's the usual setup we have. But again, as I said in our imaginary stream earlier, Bellerin, I don't know where he's gone. I don't know what's happened to him. It looks like he's out the door.
Yeah.
I think he's one step out the door. I think he's going to go in the summer.
Yeah.
It looks like it. That's very happy because he's one of the core Wenger players we need to get rid of now. And the other one's Xhaka. And we got rid of two in Mustafi and Ozil already. So if we can get those 2 out in the summer, that's very good. And then we can move on from there. But I think surprising Bellerin didn't play, because you'd think if Cedric is ill, Bellerin comes in, but no, Chambers comes in. So maybe Arteta don't trust Bellerin up against McNeil. So yeah. Hopefully Cedric plays on Thursday though.
You can all put it up in a picture like Aubameyang started today, will be benched in midweek, and then Bellerin will start and get the captaincy. It's all written for you guys to see. So the game starts. Gun Express starts very well. Aubameyang gets a very early goal for us. The first time we've got a goal that early. In 5 minutes in, it's been a while.
Yeah, again, I was confident, and I think nobody can say that I wasn't allowed to be confident. We scored early, good goal. Willian, he gets the assist, but I'm being honest, I'm not even trying to have an agenda or anything. It wasn't a great assist. He simply passed the ball to him. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining that he got the assist. Fair play, keep getting more numbers than Ziyech. It gives me that energy. But yeah, it was all Aubameyang. Great little bit of skill. Put the defender on his bottom, I guess we can say. And then right-footed shot. I think Nick Pope should have saved it. I will say that. Yeah. I think it was a little bit slow from Pope, but you take them. Like, you take those kind of goals. Like, I'll take it. But obviously, in hindsight, it's really good. Nick Pope's probably kicking himself, thinking if I'd have saved that, they might not have won we might have won the game. But yeah, it was a good goal.
Yeah. I was just about to say that I was very surprised that he didn't save that HJ. Good finish by Aubameyang. Again, we saw him going to the near post again, not the far post as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, that's good for Aubameyang. He scored a few of those kind of goals recently, stepping over and putting it into the corner like he does. And again, it shows that he's got confidence in him now, because it's a crucial stage of our season, because now we need to push on. Europa League is our only hope. I'm done with the league now. Arteta can't get it right. And just one of those ones, isn't it? And yeah, Aubameyang, good to see him get another one. I think it's his 15th of the season, I think.
Yeah, I can tell you guys, like a couple of weeks ago, he was like on 2 goals. I remember people saying he's only scored against Fulham in the opening day. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets those.
This is what I'm saying, though.
20 by the end of the season, yeah?
If he'd have kicked off early, he could have had like 50 goals this season, because he's scoring like 10 goals. He scored like 10 goals maybe in the last like 6-7 games. If he could have had that record at the beginning of the season, the guy could have been Golden Boot winner now. Like, they'd have given it to him now. So it shows that he is a wonderful player, and when he's not on form, we do miss him. Like, we really do miss him.
Yeah. So it was a very, very good goal to start the game with, and then we were just having an argument with HJ you saying he'll excuse Saka because he's been our best player this season, but surely Gun Express, he should take at least one of those chances.
Yeah, I do think he probably should have scored, but again, how many chances Lacazette and Aubameyang missed? Like, we can't ridicule Saka for missing them. I think at the end of the day, yes, he should have taken one, but I think that he should have had some better chances. We should have been. They weren't the best of chances. Like, we should have been giving our attacking players better opportunities, and we didn't. So again, looking in hindsight, you can say, "Oh, we should have scored this and that," but we shouldn't have been in that. We should have won the game anyway. It should have just been easier.
Yeah, you're right. So, HJ, anything to add on Saka?
He's physically very good today. I thought he was actually trying to compete with those big Burnley lads, the Brexit football. He was actually trying to counter that. He was actually trying to play. He was actually trying to be physical, and he nearly got sent off as well. But he got lucky there.
That's why I can't believe like we actually drew with them. Like, my goodness, I literally spoke to a Burnley fan, no disrespect to them, and I asked him what I don't know if Guna Express had me saying that in the stream last night. Like, I asked him if I want to become a Burnley fan today, and I ask you what style of play you guys have, what would you tell me? And he said, you know what? If you want to become a Burnley fan and you don't like long ball football, just don't support Burnley. And they actually know, because their game, they play such a terrible game. So they cross the ball from the other corner, from their goalkeeper's side. They cross the ball from there, literally. Just pass it to Wood every single time. I can't actually believe this. So the game goes on again. HL Saturday this time. We create a couple of more chances. We miss, unfortunately. And then Leno has the ball. Just explain to me, like, what would you do when you have the ball in that position?
Just clear your lines. Please, just clear it. You got to. Oh my! I don't get it. Just clear it. Please, just clear it. Okay, what he tries doing is he takes a touch, and then his idea is let's just try and get it over to Chambers. But then you have basically 8-foot Chris Wood. He's 8 foot horizontal, 8 foot vertical, and you're trying to get it over him from such a short distance. What are you actually trying to do here?
I think I'm going to cry. Yeah.
And then he just hits it straight at him. What are you doing?
This is pure comedy. Like, the thing is with Arsenal, I'm not going to blame one player there. Obviously, it's him. But in that situation by itself, I can see like 5 different mistakes within the space of 4 seconds. Like, Leno definitely, I believe he should have cleared the ball there. Like, you have a 1-goal lead. Just don't take any risk. Just clear the ball. He didn't. Fine. That's okay. He gave the ball to Xhaka. He didn't give the ball to the opponent. Xhaka has the ball now. That's fine. Xhaka, before even Xhaka had the ball and then tried to look for a pass, he should have passed that ball first time to Luis on the other side, what he was trying to do with his right foot. That is what he should have done from that situation. No,
because it's
first time.
Yeah, it's Arteta as well, because he's telling them do whatever, just play out from the back.
No, okay, it's fine. That's why I've said it's like 5 mistakes. That's why I've said it's like 5 mistakes
exactly,
in this situation.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
I wouldn't put it on Leno. I wouldn't put it so much on Leno, because the amount of saves he give after that, we could have lost the game.
Forget about the saves after that. I'm talking about this situation. You can make 100 saves after that, but you've cost us a goal. What I'm saying also in this situation, also Leno, he puts that ball on Xhaka's right foot. I'm telling you, it's like a bunch of mistakes in one situation.
He's a professional footballer. He's a professional footballer.
Let me finish. I'm saying I know he's a professional footballer, but in that heavy pressure situation, you know what Xhaka is like. So you know, I know it's not an excuse, but I'm saying putting the ball on Xhaka's right foot.
If Xhaka's such a worry. If Xhaka's such a worry in a high-pressure situation, then he shouldn't be playing for Arsenal Football Club. No, he shouldn't be playing for Arsenal Football Club. If he, like you said earlier, he's playing in the most important position in our system, that defensive midfield role. Your job as a midfielder will sometimes be to come back and get the ball in a high-pressure situation. If he can't hack it, bye. Like, see you later. Like, you aren't good enough. Partey can do it. Yeah, even El Neni can handle a high pressure situation every now and then. Xhaka never can. For me, Leno has no involvement in this goal because he was going to boot the ball long. Xhaka comes to him and actually calls for the ball. He's asking for the ball, which means he knows what you don't call for the ball unless you have a plan. So he has a plan to do something. He then turns onto his right foot like an idiot. And then instead of passing the ball, look, if you see that picture there, he could have scooped the ball out to, I think it's Partey. He could have scooped it round. He could have passed it to Louise or Mari, and he boots the ball at Chris Wood. Like, his awareness, his vision, his brain capacity just left his soul at that. Like, it all just left at that moment. I don't know what he was doing.
So let me just finish the
I don't even blame Arteta. I don't even blame Arteta because I don't think you can say that we were going to make mistakes passing out the back, but I don't think that was a mistake passing out the back. I think that was just Xhaka being stupid.
So
Yeah, but
I
who
get
keep
what
no
you're
no?
saying.
But Glenn, let me ask you
Definitely,
this, Glenn.
yeah.
Who keeps picking the same player, Xhaka? Who
Oh, yeah,
keeps
yeah.
No,
picking him every single
let's
week?
no. Let's not get into that. Sabas has just made 3 mistakes in one game the other day. Let's be serious. Shaka, in this situation, Leno, yes, I know he should have both feet and all, but he put the ball on his right foot. Shaka had the chance to return the ball to Leno immediately. Let's clear the ball. Very easy to do. Leno should have cleared the ball the first time. Shaka should definitely have the capacity to shoot the ball, like pass the ball
Xhaka
cleanly.
shouldn't have
But
called
I
for it,
agree.
though. He shouldn't have called for it.
I know. I agree with AJ as well. You can't pass the ball right where Wood is standing. That guy is literally Wood. He's big, he's huge. You can't. And then I just can't believe this, man. That's a terrible. And then look at Leno. Look at Leno trying to jump for the ball right now. Just look at him trying to jump for the ball like he's going to save it. Like our team, our defense is always so comedic. Yeah, I mean, man, I can't actually believe he gave away such a poor goal, and then it literally hit him. You know, it could actually have hit him and went outside, but since it's Arsenal, the pure bad luck we have, it actually hit him and went to the goal. So it was a terrible mistake. Shaka, as you said, Guna Express. Actually, just give me that stat you wanted to say again.
Before I
About
give you a
Xhaka.
stat, did you see Wood's face when he scored the goal? He looked
Just-
towards
he
his
was so
player and
confused.
just went, "All right, then I'll take it. That's acceptable. We'll take them." That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Burnley at that point, what that says to me is Chris Wood said, "Oh wow, we weren't meant to score yet, or I didn't think we'd score yet, so screw it, we'll take it." But the stat, you want the stat for why Xhaka for me is the worst midfielder. I'd even say worst midfielder, probably up there for one of the worst midfielders we've ever had at Arsenal in his position. Granit Xhaka has the most errors leading to goals of any footballer in the Premier League since Xhaka joined the Premier League. A defensive midfielder made the most errors leading to goals. That's an awful stat. Awful. That's like
lucky.
like Sheffield United this season stat, not Arsenal Football Club stat. That is shocking. He needs to go. I'm sorry, he has to go.
Definitely. You definitely know he needs to go. That kind of start and those mistakes. He's very lucky he's even here by now. Like he should have left 3 years ago. He's actually very, very lucky still at it. He should have left after his first season. Because all those mistakes, I remember 2 years ago when he gave the penalty to Glenn Murray for Brighton. It cost us Champions League that season as well. So I don't know how many mistakes. And then the problem with him, next game he'll come and score a goal, and then he'll be like, you know what, all these fans are abusing me last week.
Ever since we've signed him, we've never got Champions League football while Xhaka's been here. The season we signed him was the first season we got Europa League football. He is awful. He is a curse.
Yeah.
He is a bad omen. He's just trash. And so is Mustafi. They're both the same.
This is absolutely terrible. I agree with AJ in terms of blaming everyone. In that situation, he just shoot the ball. Just clear the ball first of all. Don't
just depressing.
Don't pass the ball. Don't. It's very, very.
Yo,
depressing.
That guy. Look, Glenn. So just that guy from GGMU TV is really taking the piss in the chat. I really hope you lose this weekend.
They will. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So
who do they even play?
Giving away the ball, Man City.
You're gonna get whacked. Please get whacked.
It was a very terrible goal to concede, but if you concede that early again, you still have time to get back into the game. Although it's made harder for you, man. How can you give away such a goal every single time? But we have a couple of more chances in the first half. HJ, any that you felt? Were you confident you'd get a second before halftime?
I don't know. Depends if Arsenal wanted it. GGMU TV wants to clip it. Clip what you want, mate. You're gonna get whacked by City. Anyway, I think that man there, Ødegaard, he didn't have the greatest of games. It's a coincidence because when Ceballos plays next to him, Ødegaard looks class. But when Ceballos don't play next to him, he looks bang average. I don't get it. Maybe that's something to look forward to for Thursday. I'd start Ceballos on Thursday. But anyway, we had a few more chances. But again, I thought the latter end of the first half and the start of the second half was really poor. We both teams were just playing Brexit ball, launch it over, try and get a countdown. I don't know what was going on at that point. And then obviously towards the end, we had that madness. But to be honest, that middle part of the game, including the latter end of the first half, start of the second, it was poor from both sides, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and then they never created anything else from that. In the first half, the Burnley guys literally gave to them a goal, and then halftime, gonna express you're still confident to win this game, right? No changes.
Yeah, I would have made a change. I'd have got Xhaka off. I then put him on a plane and sent him back to Gladbach. But yeah, I'd have genuinely brought him off. I'm sorry. For me, I'm surprised Xhaka didn't get sent off. I was fully expecting him just to get frustrated and do a classic Granit Xhaka. But I'd have taken him off. I'd have brought off Saka as well. I didn't think he was having a great game. And I'd have brought on Pepe and probably fit Martinelli in there somewhere. But yeah, obviously, I was still confident. But yeah, it didn't go too well, did it?
Yeah, didn't go too well. So, HT, would you have made any subs?
Not at half time, but I would have probably made a sub at 50 minutes instead of waiting 60 plus minutes because we were quite poor. Nothing was really going for us because I wanted to see because that team we had did very well for most of that first half until the mistake. So I thought maybe let's give that same team 10 minutes, see what they can do, and then let's make a change. So not for me, no, at half time.
So we made our first change. Who was our first change? Lacazette, Ali, 60th minute. Lacazette came on for Odegaard. I was kind of expecting either Willian or Saka to go off because Saka was on a yellow card and he was really like he had one more chance after all those fouls he made. So are you happy with that sub or would you have taken out someone else on the next test?
I don't know. Odegaard didn't have a great game, but I think personally, and I know some people are going to say it's an Arteta agenda, whatever else, and say what you want. I think as soon as Lacazette came on, Aubameyang looked worse. I think Lacazette actually hindered Aubameyang in terms of the way that he was positioned. You rewatch that game, until Lacazette came on, Aubameyang was doing stuff. As soon as Lacazette came on, Aubameyang was a bit more quiet. So I think that substitution was actually a bit rash, and it actually hurt Aubameyang. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, I'd have brought Aubameyang off because again, he had a great game and all that stuff, but it wasn't the game for Aubameyang. You know, Burnley are a tough team to break down, and Aubameyang, he doesn't break teams down very well, which is just you know, some footballers can't do that. So, but yeah, I mean, it didn't change the game, did it? So.
Yeah, I just don't know what to make. I was happy the sub came early on, but Odegaard, I was not sure about him going off that early. So what happened after that? Did you create any other chances? Wood had a good chance. Gonna express again. Wood had a very good chance to score for them.
Which chance was it? Which one was it?
The one-on-one with Leno.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, Burnley got. I think as soon as Burnley scored, they looked a lot better. You know, fair play to Burnley. As soon as they got that goal, they looked a lot better. They actually like challenged us and tried to win the game. So fair play to them. But yeah. I will say this though. I think the best substitute performance I've ever seen in a football match is that Eric Peters. What a performance! He gets a yellow card. Should have had a red card. Gets a red card. It's then not given as a red card, and he saves Burnley the game. Like, what a performance!
Wait, didn't he have that really good chance?
Long shot,
nearly went in. That looping shot
as well. Yeah,
looping
that as
shot.
Well.
What if he scored that? Oh my god, Eric Peters!
Oh my god, that would have been terrible. That would have been pain, especially for not getting the red card. Speaking of Eric Peters, takes us well to the next topic, HJ.
Oh god,
how?
Let me just put this on the screen.
How? No. How? Tell me how? How is that not a penalty?
How is that not a penalty? Because officials in this country are incompetent. Like they can't get anything consistent, and I wouldn't put it all in the official. It's just the whole system. It's on opinion because another official would have said that's a penalty. Someone else would have said it's not. Some say it's not. It's just Kevin Friend, who was a VAR, thought it was a pen. But then someone else would have thought it wasn't. Look at that one. See consistency. Look on the one on the left. That is not called a natural position. But on the right, the one we were not given, his hands all the way up. That's not a natural position for a defender. It's not. For anyone, that's not a natural position. And if you're going to say, the left one's a pen, then the right one should be a pen. Either give both of them pens or don't give them pens. Don't be like, give one the pen, not give the other the pen. It's just
the first one I don't think was a penalty, was it? Was that not a handball?
It was a disallowed goal, disallowed goal, yeah.
For me, I'm sorry, if you actually listen to what the commentators were saying, and Peter Walton was trying to, and by the way, Peter Walton, I hate him.
I don't rate Peter Walton.
Peter Walton said, I hate him because he just backs up the referees even when they're wrong. But even he said today that he thinks that should have been a penalty. And when he says that, that means it was a penalty. So even he agrees that that should have been a penalty. But the thing for me is, especially with that Fulham one, right? That for me is a natural position, that Fulham one, because he's got his hands by his sides. He's trying to protect his stomach because obviously he doesn't want to get winded. Eric Peters is flapping like a bird. How is that a natural position? Who puts their arms out like that when they're defending? I'm sorry, I don't. What?
I don't get it.
I don't.
Get it.
No, that's not a natural position. That's what they've deemed it as. That was a natural
He
position.
threw his hand to the ball.
Exactly.
I don't even understand.
It's rubbish. It's inconsistency. People forget, right? Is VAR is a wonderful concept. Nobody should say VAR is shit because it isn't. The people who run it, who are the officials who do these games. Remember this: Mike Dean could referee a game midweek. Next week he's on VAR. Like, that's the issue. That's the issue.
Yeah.
It's the people who are on VAR. It's the same people who are on the pitch
I actually
doing
think
stupidness.
it's supposed to be different people. By the way, it's supposed to
should
be you
be.
be the referees, and then this one's be the linesman, and these people be the VAR officials. Because I don't understand it. A couple of weeks ago, like a month ago, I told AJ that I seriously think there's an agenda against Arsenal. I said no,
But it's not just us though. It's not just us. Man United.
I know it's not just us.
Look
I
at
know
the Chelsea
Hudson-Odoi.
handball. That was a
I know
straight penalty for
Hudson-Odoi is a
United. That.
I know Kante was also a handball the other day, but if you count in terms of Arsenal's decisions,
100%,
there are so many. You can't even compare. These guys have gotten like 30 penalties already this season. Yes, we've had a few penalties this season as well, including VAR ones. But how is that not we can even get a closer picture if you think you don't believe it. We can even get a closer. Like how? How?
Again, I think I'm trying to look through the eyes of the VAR, and they probably think it's I think that's what the commentator said as well. It was the proximity of the decision. It was like too close. Apparently, that's why they
screw the commentator.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you don't put your arm out like that.
Sort of sense out of this.
God.
I don't know.
As the referee said, this guy has been so lucky today. He should be, not the referee, the commentator. This guy should buy a lottery ticket today because it's his day. Yeah, even the referee. I don't get how that is not a penalty. And then, as you said, AJ, he almost scored a couple of minutes later. The cracking shot, good save from Leno, a couple of good saves from Leno as well. And then I actually thought we were given a penalty again a couple of minutes later. Gune Express. I was screaming. I was like, finally! Were you already counting it before even seeing the replay?
I didn't actually see it. I was doing something else. Well. I was in another room, and I got a notification from one of my football apps, and it said, "Oh yeah, red card for Peters," and I was like, "Well, that's going to happen, wasn't it?" Didn't realize it was a penalty, and then I rewatched it and I said that wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty. Arsenal fans. To be fair, a lot of Arsenal fans are being quite honest that it wasn't, but that wasn't a penalty. For me, that's where VAR is perfect. That's where I want to see VAR do its job, and it did do its job there. But yeah, Peters, wow, man. He's so, he didn't mean that to hit his shoulder. He's so lucky that hit his shoulder. He needs to buy a lottery ticket today. He needs to go buy a scratch card, or he needs to go put a bet on something because he's, wow. But look, fair play to him. He stayed on the pitch, which I thought was lucky because he should have been red carded for the first hand ball, and he saved Burnley from losing. So fair play to the guy. Fair play to him.
Yeah. A definite penalty. The second one, definitely not a penalty, but he was very, very lucky. But then we still had another chance to win the game, AJ, in the final 5 minutes. Pepe, the ball falls to Pepe, and on his stronger foot, he scuffs it.
He's done this before. He's done it a few times before as well. It's not the first time. But you have to score that. You have to. The goal is wide open. You just need a connection, man. This one hurts more than handball. It really does, because you have to be scoring.
I actually can't believe how he missed that. He at least even shoot the ball. I rather have them clear from the goal or the keeper saves or something. But totally missing it, terrible. And that's the problem. Consistency, AJ. consistency. Like, how many times will he do that? And then he'll score against Olympiacos on Thursday, and then in the important game against Tottenham, he does the same thing. Like, I really don't get it. But yeah, that was not the end of our chances again. We still had another chance, HJ, again.
Yeah.
Another chance again. I think Lacazette, Ceballos, and then you really thought we'd score that, right?
It was the one at the last second, wasn't it?
Yeah, last second.
Now, thing is, I was watching it, but I put my TV on mute and I was doing my reaction. I was like talking and I was watching the game while talking into my reaction. I was like, I paused the reaction for a second just to watch that chance. And come on, you have to be putting what it's like a FIFA game at the end there. It was like coming off the bar, another chance coming off this and that. And you're just thinking, this ain't our day, is it? It's just not our day.
Yeah, it's I can't believe he didn't score that. So I'm gonna express the chances. Pepe scuffing the ball.
From the Tierney cross, that was a bit of a mess up. I think the commentator said it perfectly. If he hit that properly, it'd have been a goal. But
yeah, even a little touch on it, it's a goal.
The one for me was the Callum Chambers one when he hit the bar. That was so the way. Is it Ceballos? I thought it was Chambers.
Yeah, they showed Chambers on screen, but it was Ceballos.
No, yeah. Well, either way, whoever hit it, great hit. The curl on it.
Yeah.
If it just curled a little bit more, it'd have gone in. But
it doesn't.
It's just not our day, is it?
It's not just our season. It's not the day. It's like literally Arsenal the last 20 years. Like literally, like such chances never go in for Arsenal. Like
if that was man, this is the process. This is the process we signed up to, though. Yeah.
No, Glenn. This is what I said. Burnley game shows you everything you need to know about Arsenal. Just everything. And this is your process. Trust it, and let's move on.
Oh, come on. You did not draw that game because of Arteta.
No,
Pepe should have scored 2-3 goals. Ceballos should have scored. Xhaka should have scored 2 goals. Xhaka should have never made the mistake. We should have gotten 2 penalties. I'll count the second one as well. I don't believe how we didn't win that game, literally. Like, it's pure tears. So, player ratings time, Gune Express. Obviously, the first one we'll start with is Leno.
7. Again, I don't blame him for the goal personally, so I'm going to give him a 7. Great save for the long shot from Peters. There was another chance. I think it was either Wood or Rodriguez. They hit it, and another great save. Really. A little message to GGMU TV. De Gea is not even on the same level as Leno. Accept it and move on. This guy drops 7s every game, while De Gea drops a stinker pretty much every game, right? So, top 3 keepers in the league. I've said it for ages. I still think he's doing better than Alisson right now on current form. And yeah, for me, second best keeper in the league. Again, he needs some clean sheets so people can start actually respecting him. And players like Xhaka and Bellerin and Holding let him down by giving away stupid goals. So when we get a good defence next season, when we get a Lamptey or an Aarons or whoever else, and we get rid of the likes of Xhaka, you'll see how many clean sheets he gets.
So for me, Leno, I don't know if you guys saw my tweet yesterday because I was watching someone stream, Liverpool fan, and he had different fans on United and all that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
they did the tier list.
They said Matt Ryan was better than Leno.
They put Leno in pools. Like, these are people who've never watched Arsenal before. Obviously, you cannot say Leno is a. They put Leno on the 4th level and they put De Gea on the 2nd level. How is De Gea 2 levels above?
By the way,
I don't understand that.
De Gea is not better than Leno. He's not.
He's not better than Leno right now. He was better than Leno 5 years ago, fine, but right now he's definitely not. And then how can you put Joe Hart in the same level as Leno? That is clearly people who.
How can you put Matt Ryan, who Leno starts over, above Leno? Like, what? If Ryan was better than Leno, wouldn't Ryan be playing for Arsenal week in, week out?
Yeah, I don't get it. I agree with you.
It was a Chelsea, Man United, and Liverpool fan. So
why are we worrying about these people, man? It's just that.
No, it just shows you like people need to put respect on his name because I had people saying that they'll be really, really frustrated if he gets picked by Germany. What is Germany's best goalkeeper is better than Neuer right now? What are you even talking about? Anyway? Yeah, he's better than them. What
did you give Stegen's not doing that well. I guess 7, but yeah, H needs to do it.
I'll give him an 8. If it wasn't for his 2 brilliant saves and some of his commanding in the box, catching and everything, because of their dumb Brexit ball, I'm going to say that again, we would have lost this game. So 8.
8. I agree. 8 very, very good saves. Again, world class saves. Some of them, like that. That one, we've seen him making world class saves a lot of times. That Peters one, that Wood one, very kept us in the game.
Again, he's let down again. Every single week he gets let down.
Yeah,
every single week.
He's let down again. I give him an 8, actually, so that means I'm not blaming him for the goal. But again, we need to clear the ball when we have to clear the ball, definitely. Then the second one, Gun Express, Tierney at left back. Should have had an assist.
Going to give him a 6. Yes, that should have been an assist. But what did he really do going forward other than that? I didn't really see much on the left side. For me, it was more down the right. But yeah, defensively good. You know, dealt with whatever he had to do down on that left side well. But I don't know what he did in terms of going forward. So 6, didn't really do anything wrong. But if Pepe would have scored, I'd have given him a 7. So you can maybe say it's unfair, but at the end of the day, he didn't get the assist. So 6.
Yeah, AJ.
Agree. 6. He set such high standards for himself, and when he doesn't hit them, you know, you don't always notice him. So for today, a 6. Defensively was all right. It's just average, to be honest. And Tierney's average is 6. So yeah, that's what I'll give him.
6. Okay. Then the next one is the surprise one. Gun Express Chambers.
6 again. Didn't do anything wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say he did anything wrong at all. But yeah, he was decent. Defensively good. Again, going forward, he wasn't the best, but I don't expect him to be because he's a very defensive player.
Yeah.
And I've been saying a lot recently that I'd sell him. And I know I put a question out there, and I know you two said you'd sell him as well. I don't know if HJ did. I can't remember, but I know you said sell him. Me right now, I'm on the fence as well. If he gets a few more games against maybe like a Sheffield United, a Fulham, you know, those kind of like teams, and he does well, I'd sell Maitland-Niles and I'd keep Chambers as a backup right back.
Oh, I would do that as well.
Maitland-Niles, I'm sorry, I don't know if you've seen his comment saying he was rotting away at Arsenal. How dare you?
Yeah, I saw that.
We would have let you play right back. We said to you that we want you to go to Southampton, play right back, and you can come back as a right back. This kid, because he's a child, said, I don't want to do that. I want to play centre mid. So you're a bratty, immature little boy.
Oh, we are talking about Niles, by the way, not Chambers.
Yeah, not Chambers. He wants to be a little, you know, he wants to be all this and that. Say, oh, I want to play centre mid. Well, then go to West Brom and play centre mid. Don't say you were rotting away at Arsenal Football Club when we gave you the opportunity to be a starting right back. You have no right. You have no right to do that. So you can leave as well. I don't want you at our club anymore. You can go. But yeah, I'd keep Chambers instead of Maitland-Niles if he can play well. 100%. Chambers, for me, I give him a 6. But for me, Chambers, he loves to play for this club. I can see it. Like they all say, you know, the players say he's a great guy in the background. Like he's a really great guy to talk to, and he's a great, you know, person in training. So fair play to him.
Yes. So, HJ Chambers.
I'd give him, maybe it's harsh, maybe it's not, straight down the middle of 5. Very average performance, I think, in terms of.
What do you expect from him?
It's fair. He hasn't played since December, I think it was, though, hasn't he? He hasn't played in a while.
Still, it was a very average performance. Going forward, his defending was just average. 1 or 2 times he got pulled apart, but you expect that. First start since December 2019. And for now, I'm leaning on the side. Let's just keep him, because since he's not played a lot of football, you're not going to get more than 5 million for him. So you may as well sell Maitland-Niles for 20-odd million and keep Chambers, because Chambers isn't going to get you much money right now. And then keep him around the squad, because you can play centre mid, CDM, centre back, right back. You can play quite a few positions. So you may as well keep him around the squad. You can do a job like Maitland-Niles is doing, like Maitland-Niles did, and get rid of him and keep Chambers. And he looks like a good egg. He fits the homegrown quota as well. So yeah, keep him around, I think.
Can I just quickly bring up, there's a big argument going on in the comments about De Gea and Leno. You mentioned that Leno had a poor game against Wolves. Yeah, how many poor games has De Gea had this season?
Forget about
that. You say he had a poor game against Southampton. No, he didn't. He was good against Southampton.
Let's wait for the game tomorrow. The thing with Chambers, the thing with Chambers, I'd say, is, I don't know. Yes, he can be backup, like he can play different positions, center mid, right back, maybe even left back, center back. But I feel like he's too slow a bit sometimes with the ball. He did have 2 crosses today, but those crosses are those are just crosses. Just hit the ball to the box. Like no swag to it. I don't know if you guys noticed that with Chambers. There's no swag to anything, which is kind of good sometimes because he's just putting the ball in there for anyone to hit the ball. Again, injuries gonna express injuries. I don't want to have someone to play one game and then the next game is out for 4 months, man. I think it's time to move on from that. We had too many of those players: Diaby, Wilshere, Ramsey. I don't want any more of those players.
I don't think he is though.
Then go for 4 months.
I don't think
we already have Bellerin and
player,
Tierney. Bellerin and Tierney already can't play 5 games in a row. Tierney as well.
I wouldn't say, but I don't think Chambers is injury prone. You know, he was injured for what 2-3 months, and then he came back, but he just never played. He was never injured. He just never played. So I don't think he is an injury prone player more than he. You know, it's just Arteta didn't want to play him. But you know, if he gets in the team a few more times, you know, I'd even say start him at centre defensive mid, bin Xhaka and get him in there. Give him a game there and see what he can do. But
you know, he won. He won Fulham's Player of the Year.
Yeah, centre mid, yeah.
Which
the only
team?
reason, the only at Fulham.
Which
when
team,
he was
AJ?
on
Yeah. No, I want you to. I had it. I want you to say again. Which team? Fulham. Fulham must say 18th in the league.
We can't. He's got potential in that position. That was the point I was trying to.
They got relegated as well that season.
My point is, you can play well.
Yeah, I know. He can play that position. I know. I also know Luis can play as a central midfielder, but right now, like people, the levels are increasing. You can play in that position 3 years ago, but right now, like we need to up our levels. Leon Matic said in the chat, Leno is the least of our concerns right now. That's why I chose to ignore that. Leno is the second best goalkeeper in the league, whether they like it or not. So we'll just move from that. He's been our best goalkeeper since Lehman. So for me, Chambers, I'd probably give him kind of a good HD, but since it is his first game and he played 90 minutes, I think if we had won that game early, he would have been taken off. So I'm going to go for a 6 today. The next one is going to be Luis, your favorite player. Go next, best.
My man of the match, 8. I think Leno is definitely up there for man of the match, 100%. But for me, Luis, he going forward, he was great. There was a time in the first half when he moved the ball forward and just chipped like 2 of the Burnley players, and he just gave it to Willian.
Yeah.
Went past.
Yeah.
There was another one in the second half. You know, he was dominant. Like he was coming into the midfield, pushing the ball forward. He was trying to get us forward. Like really, you could see it. He was pushing forward. He was trying his hardest, and nobody was, really, listening to it. But again, very vocal. I saw him quite a few times shouting at Marie and saying "get back," this kind of thing. And we've seen this like open mic thing where they're putting like microphones on Ryan and Leno. I want to see them put it on Luis. I want to see what he's saying because I know he's the most vocal player on that pitch. But Shaq. 8. I can't. He was great. I love him.
Who is the one player you want to be mic'd up in a game? Just one. Gonna express. If you had to choose one in the North London derby, who would you put it on?
Oh, in the North London derby.
Aubameyang. He's our captain. What is he saying?
I would, but I think for comedic humor, I'd probably go Holding. Because if you remember what Holding said against Wolves about Adama Traore, I want to see what he says against Kane. Some couple of swear words and a few profanities.
For the interesting perspective, maybe
I wouldn't want to play Holding. I wouldn't want Holding to play. I'm not saying I want Holding to play, but the ideal mic session would be Holding.
Yeah, I want Xhaka and Bellerin mostly like when they make the mistakes and like poor pass. I want to see what they say when they do that. And I would have put it on Mustafi. He was still here. I would definitely put it on Mustafi. Like when he used to blame everyone and he makes a mistake, I would love to see what he says. So you've given him an 8, HJ, Luis?
7. He's probably the best out of Murray, Luis, and I think Luis, he had a few chances. He gave the ball to Willian a few times. Pepe moving forward, he was quite well. And I think at the moment, he's probably our best centre-back. If you look at the options, inconsistency, things like that, he probably is Luis, if I'm honest. And Glen Kightley, I really likes him. Maybe let's give him a new deal, but let's see how much it is for. Realistically, why not give him it? Because it looks like
300 a week.
I mean, he's better than Lindelof. He's better than Lindelof, isn't he? So
by far. He's not the only person who's better than a Manchester United player. The goalkeeper is as well. So Luis. Yeah, Luis, I'd give him a 7. Oh no, since the goal wasn't his fault and we didn't keep a clean sheet, fine. But I actually agree with you. I'd give him an 8 for today, next best. The next one is going to be the other centre back, HJ, Pablo Mari.
He was a bit worse than Luis in terms of like going forward. He didn't help much, but I think defensively, he looks secure. If I'm honest, he looks like I think he can be quite a good player for us moving forward in terms of maybe a squad centre back, maybe even a starting centre back. He looks like a good player, Pablo Mari, and I'll definitely keep him around. 6 for today.
6 for today. The next person.
7, agree. Defensively, Louise and Mari, I thought the whole four, Tierney, Louise, Mari and Chambers are actually quite good. No fault in the goal. You can't blame either of the defenders. It's only Xhaka's fault. But yeah, going forward wasn't great. But again, I think Mari, he's not going to be a forward playing, he's not a ball playing centre-back I want to say Saliba, but all the memes are going to come in. But Saliba's a ball playing centre back. Louise is. So they're good at moving the ball forward. Whereas Marie, that isn't really his job. But I agree. Great, he was good. Like how can you say anything negative about him? What did he do wrong today?
Yeah.
He didn't have any fault in the goal. Did nothing wrong. Won all his headers, won all his tackles, all that good stuff. But the only reason I give him a lower rating than Louise is because Louise was good going forward. That's it. But yeah, 7. Again, I agree. I'd keep him as a squad player, and I think he could be a really good squad player for us. Like come off the bench every now and then, and that kind of thing.
7. HJ, you give him?
I gave him a 6.
6. I'd go with a 7 again. I also didn't see him making any kind of mistakes, and he looks comfortable on the ball. Has he kind of overtaken Gabriel right now? I think so. Just before we got into the midfielders, I wanted to comment about what you said on Lamptey and Lamptey. Lamptey is a good defender, but also I'm always very worried about these injuries. That is another one. I think he's been injured 3 times this season, and also he's very tiny. I feel like those crosses this guy's hit to the back post will be in a lot of trouble if you have Holding and Lamptey in that far post. Unless we're playing a back 5.
He won't be holding.
Unless
for me, I'd play him if you have a back 5 and you have another third centre back to protect Lamptey in terms of height and stuff. That's what I'd do. But yeah, as of now, it's definitely better than what we have. But there again, the injuries and stuff always really, really concern me. So
that's why I want Aaron's.
The next one. Let's just not go to the next one first. Let's go to Partey first. HJ.
Good decision.
Partey probably a 6 overall. I thought in the first half, when we were controlling the game, he was probably the main man in the midfield, running the show, the Rolls Royce, as they say. And that's what we want from Partey. But I think in the second half, when we got worse and the game got a bit out of hand, shall we say, he started giving away a few balls, a bit inconsistent. So 6 overall today.
6. Good express. I saw Partey hitting a shot, and I just remembered what you said in our last reaction about Partey shooting the ball.
Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it until he scores a goal. Partey, work those long shots, man. Seriously, one day he will hit one of those on target. One day he will. Yeah. But as I said before, he's in the positions to hit them, which is good because his positioning is quite good for like an attack. For a defensive player, his attacking position is pretty good. So if he can just work on those shots, he could get a couple of goals for Arsenal. Like genuinely, he could get a few goals. But yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was very dominant. Again, I saw someone tweet it that Partey is the Rolls Royce in midfielders. He's calm, he's composed, his recovery game is top class. His passing's good, his defensive work's good, his attacking position is
the polar opposite.
So he is a world-class player. We know that. And to say, I still can't believe we got him for 45 million, by the way. That's an absolute steal. But if we can just keep him fit, not injured, and we can get someone better beside him, like a Basuma or someone like that, he will flourish. And he will be just as good as Mikel was when he was playing for
Partey and Basuma, that would be very, very solid. Very, very solid.
That would be solid. Try breaking that one down.
Needs to stop laughing. He needs to stop laughing at Arsenal before he joins. So Partey, you've given him. Let me tell you the goal we scored. I think it was some neat play from Willian and Partey in the midfield. I think it was Willian and Partey and Xhaka, and then he put the ball forward and then gave the ball to Willian. Some really, really neat play. So I'd probably give him a 7 for that. HJ, Partey, you gave him
6.
6. Good express
7.
I think that is where do we need to go to the next player?
Let's just skip him. Yeah, we've talked too much.
just skip him. Just 0. Just skip him.
Everyone gets 0 and we move on.
No, I can't resist the urge. Granit Xhaka, we've given you so many. You know the problem with him? I always, for Bellerin and Xhaka, I never go into them that hard. I always say I think there's a level of the likes of Kolasinac, Socrates, Mustafi. They're very, very terrible players. We've had Lichtstein and those kind of players. And then the next level above them now, that's where you find the likes of Xhaka and Bellerin. They're not a calamity like Kolasinac or Mustafi, but they have so many mistakes in their game, always making mistakes in games, always frustrating fans in every game. If they play well for 2 games, they're on social media, they're into universities talking about, you see Arsenal fans always say I'm crap and all this and all that. And then the next game, you do the same thing. Hedge has even had enough next West. Hedge has had enough of Granit Xhaka. I can't even blame him. Like Granit Xhaka, what did you make of that? Like, seriously, as I said, he had like 5 attempts to clear that ball. He would have returned the ball to Leno. He would have hit it with his right foot the first time. You can even clear. You rather even give a corner.
Again, I said it before. I'd have taken him off, put him on a plane, and sent him back to Germany, wherever he goes to Hertha or wherever. I don't care. Get rid of this guy. I've been saying it for ages. All these people have been coming at me, saying I'm negative, saying that I have an agenda, saying that I just hate him, and I do hate him. And this is exactly why. I hate Granit Xhaka as a footballer because he is awful. He is mistake-ridden. He is trash. He is all of it, yeah? He is absolutely woeful as a football player. He has so many good moments. He does. The Xhaka boom free kick against Chelsea, awesome. Some passing that, the build-up play, like I said, the build-up play with Partey for the goal, amazing. And then you go and let yourself down. I can't. I'm going to give him a 1 only because that build-up play was impressive. And before that mistake, he was good. And we all have to put our hands up. We can't blame Arteta for picking him today because a lot of us said, play Xhaka today. And I included say play Xhaka. So I don't blame Arteta for picking him. I blame Xhaka for making the mistake. My thing for Xhaka is this. You come out and complain about abuse and all that, and you're allowed to. The abuse is not acceptable. Yeah, nobody should personally abuse you or your family or your children, whatever else. But when you do something like this, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Yeah, you've just got to, he's got to take it on the chin. He's got to ignore it. He can't complain about it because you've basically asked for it. No way is acceptable, but you're going to get it. Just be ready because someone is going to abuse you. But for me, the one thing that annoys me most is the fact that David Luiz had the manhood, the leadership, the rest of it to come out after that Man City game last year when he got a red card and he gave away a penalty. He came out and said, today, it was my fault we lost. I take full responsibility and, I'm accepting the hate. Where's Granit Xhaka? Where's your apology? You didn't apologise for your red card against Burnley earlier in the season, did you? You pathetic piece of shit. I'm sorry, yeah? He triggers me so much. He's cost us 5 points against Burnley. Burnley, as Matt Goldbridge says, bloody Burnley. 5.
Now let me tell you something about Xhaka.
1 point from 1 point from Burnley. Burnley. And both times Granit Xhaka made a mistake that cost us. Both times. How can you protect him? He's so poor. Man. Oh, he's so angry. He really is.
The thing with Xhaka, I don't blame Arteta, people have said, blaming Arteta for playing him because this is the worst thing about Arsenal. You do realize he's our second best midfielder, and that's why I always tell you guys we have a long way to go. If Xhaka is our second best midfielder, we are in a lot of trouble because I think El Neni made a mistake against Leicester. You said it was El Neni, right?
Yeah. And then
Ceballos made 2 against Benfica, so you can't really say why is Xhaka playing because he's making mistakes. Because all of these guys have made mistakes the last 1 week, not even 2 months or 3 months, the last 1 week. And then the problem with him is made it so many times. So how many chances can you get in one club? Like he should have been gone by 2017. Yes, he has those Xhaka boom moments. He has some games where he's the man of the match. We never forget them. We give him 9s and 10s sometimes, but in the crucial moment of the game, yet again, you cost us. Yet again, that should have been 3 points. Burnley would have never scored.
You know how he was one of the options for Player of the Month for Arsenal? I've seen people on Twitter genuinely say, if you don't vote at Xhaka, you have an agenda. Well, guess what? I have an agenda then, because I am never voting for him to be player of the month. He's absolutely woeful. Like, I don't care, man. He's so... I don't get how you try and protect. Don't get me wrong. Again, the abuse is not acceptable, this and that. And he has been good for us this season at moments, but he lets himself down. He costs us points again. So screw him.
You give him a 1?
Yeah, simply because before the mistake, he was good.
AJ?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xhaka, 0. Man just needs to fuck off. That's it. Let's just move on.
Chill on the language. Xhaka.
Yeah,
Xhaka.
it's just for
Then
Xhaka.
the next one.
Just for Xhaka.
The
Just for Xhaka. No one.
The next one is Odegaard. Go next best.
A little bit more positive. 6 for me. I think HA is probably going to give him a lower rating, but yeah, he didn't do that much today. The one thing with me with Odegaard, he does a lot of good work. You know, a lot of good crosses, a lot of good work. You know, he had a shot on target. I think that was quite good. But it's everything he does. It never seems to actually like result in a goal or anything. I don't know if you've realised that. Like, he never really creates a goal. Like, he creates amazing chances, but we never score from them. So what like, I don't know what that is. Maybe his style just doesn't fit us, or I don't know, but you know, he ain't doing his job. He ain't getting assists and goals. So you got to question why.
Yeah. HJ?
5 for me. I don't think he brought a lot today. And I said this the first time I saw Odegaard, yeah. He plays so much better with Ceballos next to him, which is why I probably start Ceballos, Partey, Odegaard as a midfield 3 against Olympiacos, because I don't know, those 3 I think will play very well together. But Odegaard today, I think he didn't really do much, did he? He didn't really do anything at all, if I'm honest. And yeah, 5. Really got nothing much to say about him.
Yeah, I can tell you're not the only one who's had enough, AJ. A lot of people have had enough. So Odegaard, I don't know. He got taken off. I'd give him a 6 probably. The next one is Saka, who you've protected a bit today, HJ. Saka.
For Saka today, I think it was he missed them chances, but you have to look at other chances where he saved us, like Benfica. If it wasn't for him, we would have gone out. Let's say it right. If it wasn't for Saka, we would have gone out the Europa League. All right, and most people would have been turned Arteta out by now. And that's just what Saka brings. And then today he missed some chances. He's 19. You're gonna miss some. You're gonna win some. You're gonna lose some when you're 19. You're gonna score some. You're gonna miss some. It's like that. So with Saka again, he didn't have he's not used to playing with Chambers down the right hand side. I thought he was more physical today, much more better in that department. And then I thought he should have come off because I was worried he's going to get sent off because he kept giving them stupid fouls away and then he kept starting mounting. And I was like, let's just take him off. But he came onto the left. I think that's because he'd be closer to Arteta so he could try and manage the game to him, like closer. I think that was one of the reasons he came out to the left. And then, we saw it out and lucky he didn't get sent off because if he got sent off, we can't go to North London derby without Bukayo Saka.
The next race?
Saka, a bit of a poor performance, really, wasn't it? Like, I don't even know what to say. You know, where was the Xhaka Saka boom today? Like, it was missing, but agreed. I think Chambers didn't really complement him in terms of going forward, which doesn't exactly help Saka. But again, he is young. He's going to have a poor performance every now and then. But what annoys me, this isn't Saka's fault, but he's got us out of trouble so many times. And if today he could have scored one of those goals, he could have done it again. But yeah, I'm not blaming Saka, but a 5. I would have rested him. I said it before. I wouldn't have even started him if I'm being totally honest. But hey, you know, everybody has poor performances. And
he hasn't played for almost 12 days, though. Almost 10 days since the Europa League match. The next one is going to be Willian, AJ.
Your voice has gone a bit quiet, but Willian today, I don't think he was that bad today. Obviously got the assist. I thought going forward, he looked like a real spark. I thought he did very well going forward. And Willian's finally showing himself as an Arsenal player. We could get more money for him in the summer because of that. Hopefully, someone like Real Betis could come in for him. But I thought Willian today, good performance from him. I'll give him a 7 overall. Not sure where Glen's got. Oh yeah, Glen's back. But yeah, 7 for Willian today. I can't hear you, bro. You can't hear you again. Gunner Express, William.
Yeah, we'll go. Just move on.
Yeah.
I give Willian a 6. I think, to be honest, he wasn't that bad. First 20, 30 minutes, he was actually quite good. He was quite fast. You know, he looked like he was playing against Leicester still. But I think a lot of the attacking players, including Willian, when that Burnley goal went in, they all started to peter off a bit. Like they got a bit slower and a bit more defensive. And I think that was mainly down to the fact that the whole team got a bit shook from what happened. So I don't really blame Willian for anything today. I don't think he had a bad performance, and he got an assist. Again, wasn't the greatest of assists, but he's got more assists than Ziyech still. So, hey, Don Robbie was right. Don Robbie was right.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
But yeah. Yep.
So Willian, I don't know. Maybe they didn't want me to give Willian a rating. Probably 6 for today. Got an assist, but yeah, as Guna Express said, it's not like a spectacular assist or anything like that. So it gets a 6. And the next one, AJ, Aubameyang up front.
Yeah, another goal from the main man, my striker. A lot of people in the last few weeks have tapped out on Aubameyang, you know, a few notable ones as well. But I've kept with Aubameyang. I know that he's, you know, I thought he was going to get, I wanted him dropped for the Benfica one, proved me wrong, scored. I love the player. He's brilliant. And hopefully now this is such a crucial time in the season because, you know, Europa League, we need him. And hopefully now he can score more goals. And, you know, he's on 15. So if he can get like 5 or 7 more, he could be on 20 to 25. And that's a good season, isn't it? So all of a sudden, from a bad season, from his poorest ever season, he's now suddenly gone to a really good season. So
he will get those goals.
Yeah.
Gonna express Aubameyang.
Yeah, again, great goal. Classic Aubameyang. Nick Pope probably should have saved it. And again, he'll probably kick himself thinking if I'd have saved that, we'd have won the game. But
Gareth Southgate was watching him.
Yeah, he did not look happy. I could see it from his mask that he did not look happy at Pope. But yeah, Aubameyang, great goal. And a lot of people said it on Twitter, and I agree. I think he's slowly getting back into his goal-scoring ability. He's looking more like himself. His goals are looking more like his goals. Like they're looking more Aubameyang-esque. But 6 didn't really. I think again, I blame the substitutions for why he was so poor in the second half. He looked so much weaker when Lacazette came on. Like he looked a bit left out, as if like Aubameyang wasn't meant to be there. And I think I don't know why that happened, but yeah, I said it before. He's got, I think Arsenal Fan Review said it, 8 goals in 7 games. I think he said.
Mm-hmm.
That if that's true, that's pretty good. But what I'm going to say is this: if Aubameyang would have just, and I'm not blaming him anyway, you know, his mum got ill, whatever else, that's acceptable. But just imagine if he was hitting these numbers all the way through the season, the guy would be on like 50 goals by now, genuinely. He'd have already won the Golden Boot. It'd have been secured. So he's probably thinking, you know, a bit upsetting, but if he can keep scoring and you know, making up for those missed chances earlier in the season, then yeah, fair play to him. But 6 today.
Okay, so from the bench, AJ, Lacazette.
Lacazette. He came on for Ødegaard maybe a bit too early, I thought, because Ødegaard could have brought a bit more maybe later on when the game opened up a bit more. Maybe a bit of an early one. But Lacazette, he's played number 10 before in the Europa League. So maybe the idea was you could come in, be that pivot, you know, get the Xhaka and Pepe running through. You could be that sort of, a pivot. And it worked in some aspects, but again, just straight down the middle of 5, if I'm honest.
5, Gonna Express.
Lacazette, yeah, agreed. 5, didn't really. I don't think Ødegaard should have come off, but agreed, didn't really do much. So just solid 5, really.
Ceballos, Gonna Express.
Same thing, 5, I think, for Ceballos.
5. And there was the other.
Yeah.
Pepe. No, we'll come to Pepe. Let's just go to Pepe because he's the one who had a lot of involvements. In fact, like if you were to watch that match today, you'd say Peters and Pepe, the subs, were the ones who were more lively in that game. So what did you give Pepe? Because even the one that hits Peters' shoulder, I actually felt like he should have scored that. He literally hit it like just kind of even going to the bar if you look at it. What did you give him, Pepe?
I give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. Yeah, he missed that chance from Tierney, but
Yeah.
I think the Peters chance, it was difficult because there was a player in the far post, Pope was in the near post, and then Peters was jumping. So maybe he could have scored it, but I doubt it. But it was a good hit. You know, the way he's hit it, it was really great. Like the way he's controlled it and kept it on target. But for me, come on, ref, man. Seriously, how is that not a penalty? Pepe should have been given a penalty, but yeah, 6 did well, got involved, you know, was quick movement, all this and that, and yeah, lucky not to get given a penalty. Unlucky, sorry, not to get given a penalty. But yeah, decent.
HJ Pepe, sorry, this is the only picture I have of him from today, so I'm sorry. What did you give Pepe?
5, just for the fact that he missed that sitter. You can't be missing them sitters. If you missed that, if he scored that sitter, then probably get like a 6, 7, maybe an 8. But yeah, you can't be missing them. 5 for me. But he looked good when he came on, and that's what happens when you play Pepe.
Yeah, he looked good. Like when he has the ball, this is what I want. So I always say when you have the ball, I want to feel like we can get something. So he was pretty good. What did you give the other sub, HJ? That was
Ceballos.
I wouldn't really mark him, if I'm honest. Maybe a 5 straight down the middle. Didn't really do loads today.
Okay, good. Express, Arteta, starting lineup, subs, all that.
I'm just going to keep it short. 4. I had no fault for the goal. He did nothing wrong in terms of tactics. Yes, I agree. I don't like the passing out the back, but for me, that wasn't a mistake due to that. It was just Xhaka being stupid. Again, I can't blame him for picking him today. I can blame him for picking him, but not today because I wanted Xhaka to play. But again, I think Pepe should have started the game. I don't think Saka should have played. I don't think Aubameyang should have started. I know he scored, but other than that, he was, you know, pretty much shut off by Burnley. And I don't think Ødegaard should have come off when he did. I also don't think that I wouldn't have started Marie. I'd have started Gabriel and Holding, but hey, they had good performances, Louise and Mari. But the substitutions, again, Lacazette did nothing. And again, I actually think he hindered Aubameyang's, like, you know, forward ability. I think Pepe, he was good, but then you have to question, why didn't he start? And then Ceballos, it's too late. It's too late. You've got to bring somebody on in the 55th, 50th minute. You've got to do it, and he never does it. And it's getting infuriating because you see Peters, again, he came on about 58 minutes in and had a massive impact on the game. Yes, a bit negative, but at the same time positive for Burnley. So you've got to think, why aren't we making it? Sean Dyche is making these substitutions that make an impact, and Arteta isn't. Sean Dyche. Like, come on. But 4, you know, we didn't. Well, the reason why I give him a 4, I think a 6 is an honest performance from today, but I give him a 4. 1 point from 6 against Burnley. 1 point from 6. 4, not good enough.
HJ, Teza?
Straight down the middle of 5, I'd say, mainly because you can't really legislate for Xhaka doing that, and the decisions, that's not on Arteta. But some things like the substitutions, Ødegaard maybe a bit too early. It should be making overall subs a bit early because it wasn't working. But I disagree with Green Express. I thought Marie-Louise, I actually put him as starting 11, go with Gabriel Holding, but now I changed my mind. I say Marie-Louise ain't the worst idea because you have consistency now in that back line, and then moving into that Marcos game. You just, because if Chambers, you know, if Cedric went ill, he would play, and then we go with that same back four again with Olympiacos. So it just keeps consistency in the side, which is what we want to see, you know. And then the rest of the lineup I was all right with. I didn't mind, and then
Okay.
You can't really put a lot of blame on Arteta, but still some of the decisions weren't good.
And just because I'd agree with you guys, I would have given him a 6, as Gunnar Express has said, but I'd give him a 5 because we played well in the first 15 minutes and then nothing again for the first half. And
who does that remind you of?
Half,
what does it remind you of? Wolves. It reminds me exactly of Wolves.
Again. And then second half, did nothing, and then we wake up all of a sudden in the last 10 minutes. I don't know, like, I don't like these spells. Like, try and like dominate the entire game, but we missed chances we should have scored. We usually say we never create chances. Today we created like 10 good chances. The starting lineup was okay with Saka and Aubameyang were rested last week anyway, and they've had another week's rest, so that I was okay with. The defense looks to be settled now. Tierney I was okay with. Bellerin, you guys always complain about Bellerin is now not playing. But Xhaka, we need to do something with Xhaka. Willian, it was okay performance, but not as good as he was the other day. So I'd give him a 5. The last one, referee Gun Express. Just try and keep it from 0 to 10. Just try and keep it from 0 to 10.
As Troop said, -1 million. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, awful. Actually, no. The referee wasn't bad because the referee, Saka deserved a yellow card. He did. Peters deserved a yellow card. He got it. So the referee wasn't that bad. VAR, I'll give it a 2 because VAR should have given the first penalty, but then it goes and it makes a massive mistake by not giving the first one, but then rectifies itself by not it's so inconsistent. Today proved it. It's so inconsistent. It does so well to rule out the second one, but doesn't give the first one. What? The inconsistency is so clear and obvious, but hey, the referee wasn't that bad.
The thing that is worse about that situation and those referees, if the ball went out, he'd have gone to check. But since the ball did not go out for the next 1 minute, they just ignored it. That's what they did. Because if the ball went out right then, they complained. I saw Pepe complaining, Xhaka complaining, Aubameyang complaining. He would have checked it.
Someone said it. Arteta, there was a mic near Arteta, and they actually muted it because he was complaining. So he was complaining. He was giving it all to the fourth official.
I saw Pepe complaining.
Yep.
Look at AJ having me twice on the stream. That's okay. So ref would give him. I'd give him a. Yeah, you're right about him not being the problem. Maybe a 5, but the VAR is 0. Definitely 0. So last question again. Thursday Olympiacos Gun Express. What would be a starting lineup? Just quickly, 1 minute.
Leno, Marie, Leno, Marie, Louise, Tierney, Cedric right back, Partey and Ceballos. I'm going to put him back in there. Ødegaard to complement Ceballos, and then left wing Pepe, right wing Saka, and then up front Aubameyang.
HJ starting lineup.
Biggest game of our season, so I'm going to try and go good lineup that can try and win the game because it's away leg first. So let's try and get the away goals. We're in Athens again. It's our second home. It's a home leg for us. It's our home leg. We haven't lost there. It's a home leg for them. It's a home leg for us. That's how it is. And I'll go with Leno, Cedric, Marie-Louise, Tierney, Ødegaard, Ceballos, Partey, and then Pepe, Aubameyang, Saka. Is that the same as Gunnar expresses? I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the same. So no Lacazette for you. No Willian. No Xhaka. No Gabriel.
Hey, Xhaka's not traveling. I'm not taking Xhaka. I'll take Aziz. I don't care. Xhaka's not traveling.
It looks like he will be traveling on Cookie's plane. He says people should stop roasting Xhaka. It was an awful mistake. He has been playing well. If Oba did that, would be fine. No, Cookie. Xhaka has the most mistakes in the Premier League since 2016. There's a reason. He should not be playing for Arsenal. And the funny thing is, Cedric Suarez is also on the top 5 list for the same most mistakes.
Yeah,
that shows you something. Cedric has made us as well 5 mistakes leading to goals. Maybe not all of them at Arsenal, but still, that is very concerning that you have 2 players in the top 5 for most mistakes.
Xhaka should.
He's terrible. He needs to go. Prediction: Gun Express, Olympiacos. We need those away goals, as AJ said. We really need them.
We really do.
2-1. Socrates to score.
I'm not ready for this again. HJ.
2-0 Arsenal, because I think, remember last year in that round of 32, we had 1 goal in Athens against Olympiacos. That wasn't enough because we bottled it at home. We all know what happened. And then we need to, and I think we can get them.
Yeah, for she's in the chat. West Ham fan says he's never rated Xhaka. Yeah, can you give us Sushek and you can have Xhaka for sure?
Yeah, we'll do a swap.
Yeah, thanks to Gun Express again and HJ90 for coming on. Their links will be in the description in the next 1 minute, so you can go and you click on it and go and subscribe to their channel. So as of now, I really appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.